What we also find is in terms of looking at personalization, which is about saying that this vehicle is mine, about putting it out there. If you look at some of the other industries, whether it's the airline industry or the hotel industry, mass personalization is something which has very well been done out there, including companies like Apple. So in terms of looking at the automotive space, of course, while we can clearly see the personalization coming on the product side, for example, Tesla allowing you to configure the entire car at the dealership, there is a lot of personalization that is coming in terms of customer experiences. Now, if you clearly see, customer experiences are not unique. Every customer plots a different journey, a different cycle, while, for example, when he's going to purchase his new car or his new two-wheeler. If you look at the kind of engagement, the level of engagement that exists, it differs for different customers at different points of time. The challenge that comes in is, how do you really ensure that you are able to provide or customize or personalize the experience for every customer out there? Keeping in mind that there are these levels of different levels of engagement that are there. Some could be very engaged in the information search process. There are others who could be more engaged in the purchase and delivery, while there are others who could be very much looking at, the after-sales experience and understanding, how the brand mixes or interacts with them in terms of the kind of experience that they provide. These are just some examples, and I'm not going to read all of them out for you. These are just some examples of what companies have done out there. And clearly, while some of them may not be happening in India at this point of time, these are things that we definitely expect would flow into the Indian market in the next couple of years. So what do we see as the road ahead? We clearly see a lot of convergence in terms of technology and the traditional automotive sphere. If you look at, for example, we talked about the increasing connectivity, we talked about the demand for personalization. These are clearly expressing that I am a unique customer, and the OEM needs to clearly realize that and provide the experience which is tailored based on what I am looking, rather than what is just possible. What kind of surprise, challenges me sometime is when you look at markets like the US, in terms of true innovation, it is being announced now in Las Vegas rather than in Detroit. This is more coming in from the consumer electronic industry rather than from the auto industry at this point of time. But we do see a lot of convergence. I think the way this is going, clearly it will be interesting times in the years to come. However, it also leaves a few questions that I'm sure are there in many of your minds. So where are the customer expectations headed in the coming years? How do I respond faster to these changes in consumer dynamics? How do I create an organization that strikes a balance between economies of scale and the need for personalization? How can I ensure profitability? And this is true not only for the OEMs, also true very much for the dealer fraternity, some of them who are sitting out here. And what are these risks and opportunities that I can really benefit from? So while I don't attempt to answer many of these questions today, I think we need to be very open, or we need to be clear that there is a lot changing in the Indian market today. Clearly, the kind of price points, the affordabilities that exist, while they are getting better, they still put a severe pressure on the consumer's pocket, which basically makes him seek higher value from each and every one of us sitting out here. And clearly, the challenge is basically how do we provide that value to our customers going forward and continue to resonate with his changing needs. What I'm sure of is, with all the achievers who are sitting out here, I'm definitely sure that we can address this challenge. And with that, thank you very much for your time, and we'll move on to the next part of the event.